10 years. And finally this computer was fixed, and 10 years of SMG4. 10 years of this franchise. 10 years of laughter, fun, arcs, and pretty much a lot of stuff happens. Well, yeah. And today we're gonna review the 10-year anniversary SMG4 movie 10-year anniversary special. Yeah, at first I always thought this was going to be, you know, the typical, and I was kind of concerned when this movie was first announced, as I was kind of wishing they kind of did SMG4's origin story as the movie instead of this movie. But they probably need to go do something first, so yeah. But I felt after watching this movie, it was pretty good. It was a good movie. It was a great anniversary movie. But I prefer if this was an origin story, a bit of the origin story movie, but sure, why not? I just still enjoyed it. So yeah, let's just review the movie. The movie opens up with pretty much a bit of the recreation of the opening from The Cake is a Lie. Then I just basically just make it a bit Snyder Vision, and where's the normal opening? I thought it was going to be a recreation of the clip show, and everything seems normal until I tell you there was the pizza, and decided, yeah, he already recreated The Cake is a Lie, so instead, you know what, party? The episode itself pretty much just references. Then we get to the first 10 minutes of the first. There's about 12 minutes about this movie being references and homages. If you don't get every reference in this movie, don't blame yourself. For not watching a lot of SMG4, watching every single SMG4 reference to get at least every reference in this movie. And a lot of the references are mostly in the first 10 minutes of this movie, most of the time. And yeah, we do see a lot of these characters, and surprisingly, don't. Even when we actually get to an SM mode sketch. And yeah, and everyone's invited, except for Maggie, who's currently in the... currently at the time of recording, Maggie is a... At the time of recording is in, you know, Sunset Paradise. We need to go... Yeah, Melody is currently at the time of recording, at the time that this movie is... when this happened, was currently in Sunset Paradise at that moment. Albeit we did see a cameo of her towards the end of the movie, when she felt like she was left out. I know they were having a Maggie stand-in throughout that movie, but yeah, it does feel a little weird they didn't include Maggie in the movie, but but makes sense. She's currently in you know, obvious town of, since she's in Port Aurora at the moment, and Sunset Paradise was happening at that time, so yeah, probably New York's explanation. So yeah, we get to a 10-year anniversary party, and yeah, of course, and yeah, everyone enjoys the party, and SMG3 decided why not to enjoy the party as well. And SMG3 is like, hey guy, remember that? Well, yeah. So yeah, he decided wanted to invite all the dead memes that appeared in the video as well as SMG3, but did not to do that because dead memes equals corrupted memes. Yeah, if we don't watch the Perfect Balance video, you may be confused on why I said that, but yeah, let me just explain this real quick. Yeah, in the Perfect Balance, if you have watched that video, assuming you have watched that video, it was stated that if a dead meme stay in the living room for a very long time, they become corrupted. Yep, they become corrupted if they are not in the... If they spend long periods of time in that place. This was explained in Perfect Balance. Do recommend watching. It does explain a little bit on the meme light cycle, so yeah. Sorry, that was something else. So after that, we get to a pretty good song, and it does homage a lot of the series franchise. Anyways, after finishing up the party and everything, decided to leave, and all that means suddenly just I'm rotten. Yeah, it's about to go. We see the two hobos from earlier. Yeah, I better mention this real quick. Yeah, these hobos were kind of they just kind of appeared in the first two. Hey, remember the waiter thing and that 4 is God thing? Yeah, they never really had that more 4 is God. But yeah. Oh, sorry, wrong video. Anyways, SMG3D.
Finish your polish before I get cool.
Okay, sure. I'm just doing a review here. Oh yeah, right. That's forward, so. SMG3 decided, time to go back to the menu. In the meantime, into that graveyard until you can come back. Anyways, the two hobos decided to go save the Day of Reckoning and decided. And then we get to a pretty good fight scene, well animated, and I do really like some of the fight scenes. So. They seemed to be able to do that. Unfortunately, they couldn't keep up the fight, and they were kind of kidding. SMG4, SMG3, F, and X in this movie. Yeah, X. Yeah, F and X are the only two recolor Marios in the movie. Meanwhile, in somewhere around the dark web, later revealed to be the dark web, we see is a lot of dead recolor Marios, and we see this thing, this creature that took the life out of them. So they managed to escape. Unfortunately, Mario was caught at the last sec after someone to escape, and while they were trying to. Meanwhile, the rest of the cast, aside from Maggie, like I said, Sunset Paradise happened at the time in this movie. You know, and so yeah, the two hobos decided to pretty much use their car to pretty much escape and look for the. Yeah. Anyway, so we get to the dark web with obvious jokes, and also we get to someone else's, and we also get to SMG3's weapon supplier. Yeah, no joke. And yeah, they go to the dark web until they can find some, you know who. So we get to SMG3 and SMG4. Yeah. So they were looking for the Guardian pod. SMG4, yeah, finds one of the streams and decided that was currently live at the moment. And yeah, the crew cheered, except for Bob was watching that. So then we get to the two hobos also mentioning of the Guardian pod. And you may be wondering, yeah, that USB drive from. Yeah, last time I saw that thing, it was destroyed. SMG3 surprisingly had that. This was kind of explained in the Origins episode, that it was creating some weird memes and everything. Anyways, you see Hobo 1 and Hobo 2 going through explaining who this character is, and this creature that came out with this giant hand. He goes from universe to universe, corrupting and destroying. He goes basically Thanos on Dark Side, pretty much. Oh wait, that's different characters, but okay. Oh wait, different motives, but still, we are. Now he's from a universe once destroyed. I'm going to assume they're heavily. We're celebrating the apocalypse to him. We are going. So yeah, they didn't need to get the pod, so they just decided to SMG3. Anyways, we see a brief flashback. We see, assuming from the creature's perspective, turns out possibly his name was Zero. Oh. Then we get to another cool action fight sequence that basically shows that the team's crew is badass and pretty much everything else. And Shroomy, despite the fact he rarely does anything in this movie, also helps. Anyways, we see, and after facing Zero and the hobo's remembering Zero. It was later on revealed that yeah, these two hobos were the original, was SMG1 and SMG2. For some reason, despite the fact there was already an SMG1 back in the SMG Club episode. I'm assuming it's just guys who happen to have that name. Also, I don't think these are I assume SMG1 happened to have that name, or they had probably memory loss. Although it would be quite funny if that was foreshadowing to the, oh my god, SMG3 is gonna get SMG4, and then possibly SMG3 is gonna get redesigns. Nah, who am I kidding? That would be ridiculous. And remember what happened to SML's characters that had redesigned? I hate those designs. Remember what happened to SML's designs? Yeah, I don't recommend looking up. They're hideous, ugly, and look nothing like the characters. And if you've probably seen one of their thumbnails, I would assume that was just a knockoff or something. But like one of those Chinese knockoffs. Anywho, SMG1 and SMG2 sacrificed themselves, presumably dead, to actually save them. Even though I don't really... Oh. Yeah. I do have some empathy for this. At least it has more impact than, you know, Greg's death. At least they were trying to play sort of an important role in the movie towards the end. And possible foreshadowing, but still. So all the recolors are still alive and everything. And currently reside in Bloopersville. So pretty much that's where all the recolors are gonna probably be dead. And I would think they will probably be... I would like to see a future episode focusing on maybe on those guys, but for now I think we are pretty much gonna do something else. Anyways, FN and X and SMG4 deciding wanted to go do something. Decided to deal with the corrupted memes, and yeah. And yeah. And after a thank you, and the movie and that was the movie ending. But the movie actually ends with, well, we go back to the SNG Tree's Guardian Pod, and the virus has been quarantined. Unfortunately, the antivirus is about to expire. And I'm probably gonna see that for a future arc. And apparently this has got to be the longest antivirus. So. Assuming someone forgot to secure that. Which pretty much going to say, oh hey, we're gonna bring back we're gonna bring back Zero in the future arc. Yeah, I do feel like this movie does explain where all the recolored Marios come from, as well as pretty much. While most of the sides live in Bloopersville, I would say FM and X are going to be the only two that are just going to just stay in the normal Mushroom Kingdom. Though I would say there will not be much of residents in the Bloopersville, unless otherwise, but yeah. And two, I do feel like Zero is going to be more prominent in the future arcs. Yeah, I'm going to imagine he's going to be basically going to be in the future arc. So yeah, I'm assuming they're gonna bring back Zero for a movie. I'm gonna assume Zero's gonna come back for a story arc or two, and yeah, he's just gonna come back for a story arc. They're pretty much just saying on story arc purposes. Overall, this movie was pretty good. It was pretty great. I feel like it's a nice little anniversary season, and as well as pretty much celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the franchise itself. Although I would like to see Maggie actually come back, like for the movie as well, it's the anniversary movie. Although that stand-in rarely had screen time, and secondly, and Maggie was kind of just there. And although Maggie cameoed for the episode, and mind you, Sunset Paradise happened at the time, so yeah, unfortunately she couldn't be available to actually fully be in the movie because Sunset Paradise happened at that time. And while I would kind of wish Maggie did also appear in the movie, although I would like to have people having to at least do something else, but and yeah. Uh, uh, uh. So yeah, 10 years and 10 years again. Although, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. And well, goodbye and happy 10 years, SMG4. And yeah, well, excuse me, I'm off to go wait for the inevitable story arc, or at least take aka probably, possibly, maybe take a break from SMG4 at least 1 or 2 weeks, at least until I hope I don't miss the story arc when this happens.